Oh, the moment I put the glasses on.
Uh, are we live? I think we are.
We
We
are
are.
now.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome
world.
to 15 Minutes of Murder Wednesday Night Live, where we catch up and talk about what's been up, what's been
Oh,
going
the
on,
moment I
what's in the
put the glass,
news, our latest episodes. I am Tanisha Slater, half host with my co-host over here, Craig Chapman, and our resident crime expert, Mrs.
Desiree Edwards, people.
Ba-dum-bum. So we're live and we're chatting. What's been up with you guys? What's been
Um,
live?
what's
Nothing.
been, yeah,
What
no,
I was
plenty.
waiting for Craig because Craig hit us with the
So, what's going on
Well,
in life?
yeah, what's
So,
been up?
just 15 minutes of murder. I feel like at least a good 8 or 9 hours a day, and then the
hmm
rest of my time is working on beverages, drinks.
I can't, okay? Because we do have big news. I thought that's what Craig was gonna talk about.
that's why I could shut completely up. I was gonna let him have the floor and do his own thing, but
What did I
Yeah.
do?
Guess what we have, people? Guess what we have? We have a live channel. Have you been watching?
Oh,
I thought you were talking about more Craig business.
I was just jumping right into the goods.
I
Oh,
forgot. Yeah, yeah, we should talk
We
about
gotta
that.
talk about that, man. Like that's big. That's big. I've been ODing on my own show.
I know.
Like,
And so I watch our show like I am literally hanging on the cliff of anticipation as if I was
right?
not there, as if I did
Right?
not help create and produce this thing. Like I am like, what?
Same, same. I be
What?
like watching, I be watching us talk, and I'm like, but what's this? What did that say? And but as though one, as I wasn't there. Two, as though I haven't seen it like umpteen million times.
Yep.
Okay. And like the one thing that I love is when me and Craig are like watching you and then you drop something on us and we're like, I'm like, and then Craig's like, that's
Listen,
my favorite.
What?
I am always laughing at Tanisha though. Like Tanisha is hilarious. Like not only your reactions, but even like that, like something happened even on like one of the other lives, and you were like, I think Craig, some feedback was coming through the phone or the
Oh,
computer, and you were like the son of Jiminy Crickets. I was on the floor.
yeah.
Like,
I can't help it. Like I'm like that
yeah.
person that's always like pointing something out. I can't.
Oh my God. And
It's
Craig gets this look on his face, this look of engagement. Like you can totally read and feel what Craig is saying, or what he is thinking before it
hmm
even comes out of his mouth.
hmm
There's so much like I spend so much of my time like messing with our behind the scenes stuff throughout the week that
hmm
when I pop into when we're talking about a new case or we're talking like tonight, everything is just like shiny and new to me. Like I know what the case is and I've read about it and I kind of know the gist of things, but when I'm getting like this new knowledge that I haven't heard Desiree talk about yet, or like some sort of like little bits of information that Tanisha has pulled up from somewhere that's not readily available in like a quick Google search, but something you have to really dig to find out. I'm amazed all the time.
Yeah. No,
it's
we're really good.
crazy.
We're really good. And even just like right here, this is always one of my favorite things, and I will always say this about us, how we allow one another to get it out. Like we're not that group that talks on top of one another. And you can when we're speaking, you can see that we are intently sitting there patiently learning and listening versus, oh, Craig said that. So oh, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna counter that and I'm gonna prove Craig wrong
Mhm.
so I can like no, we're literally like out of care and consideration, like teach me and what did I know
Yeah.
versus let me find something to respond to so that I can disagree and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And having said that, and oftentimes we don't agree, but still we're sitting there watching and listening and paying attention to one another as if we all matter
Yeah.
to one another. Yeah, I love that about us.
Sometimes I forget that we're recording and like other people are listening because sometimes I'll just sit there like completely quiet, like waiting. I don't know what I'm waiting on, but I'm just like, oh yeah, maybe, for the podcast people who are like listening and not watching, they're like crickets, what's going on? Are they there?
Yeah.
But
And
we're
I
like
and
somewhere with our faces.
and our conversations always feel like our text messages or when
Mhm.
we do our Zoom calls with one another. It just all feels like home to me.
Yeah.
I love and it's so good to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I,
And
fun
I
we're
fun to
not
really
watch.
trying to be
enjoyed
smarty pants. We're like, one of y'all asked me a question. I'm like, I don't know.
it. Like, you cannot be afraid to say, I don't know. What I
I
hate
don't
is
know.
when somebody
Yeah.
doesn't know and then they start like blathering on and trying to make it make sense. And
Like,
it's just, no.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
somebody out there is going to Google it and be like,
Correct.
you
Right.
know?
When you could have just been honest and said, I don't
Yeah.
know. Because that's an answer too.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just the nature of like the cases that we're looking into, and them being unsolved allows us all to have a different opinion, right?
Mhm.
And it
Yeah.
also allows our audience to sort of take part too, because maybe they've read something or researched something that
Mhm.
we didn't know about, or have a theory on something that we might not have known about, or thought about
Yeah.
as well. So,
Oh,
um,
also that you say that, it reminds me of in our deep dive for Tara Calico, Craig threw out a detail and then I threw out a detail. And Desiree was like, see, this is the point and what I'm telling you about misinformation and different information, because Craig had the information that it was a yellow Walkman and Tanisha had information that it was a black Walkman. And then we were able in real time to be like, okay, well, what exactly was it? And why do you have two different,
Well,
conflicting information?
some of that is can be accounted to just witness perspective, and that happens
Mhm.
all the time in real life investigations. So if I'm working and I am talking to two or three witnesses and they all say they saw a vehicle go down the street, right? So to some people, that vehicle may have looked like it was green. To someone else, that vehicle may have looked gray. To someone else, it may have looked red. So it kind of just happens because from everyone's perspective, they're seeing something else. And that's when we're talking about just like eyewitness investigations or
Mhm.
eyewitness accounts.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about right here is kind of different in the sense of who put that out? Who were these
Yeah.
investigators coming up with different information, who was leaking bad information? And that is what I mean by when law enforcement and investigators get to spewing stuff out into the public consumption, and it comes like that whole let me tell you.
Yeah.
And then by the time, I think that was a game we would play as kids called telephone or
Telephone.
something. Yep.
yep,
And by the time it gets to that fourth or fifth person, it's all misconstrued and it's nothing like it was from the original communicator.
yep.
Can we just talk about how embarrassing that is? Like, what were you playing? I was playing a game of telephone. What? Do you
So that's
realize
one
Um,
of
how
the
like
that's
archaic
that
telephone is?
what'd you say, T?
Do you realize how archaic telephone is, a game of telephone, and how boring that is?
Well, I mean, there was sometimes I was playing some other stuff that wasn't telephone. So let me just tell my telephone story
I
and go
mean,
about my
yeah,
business.
yeah, yeah. Okay, you're right, you're right, you're right. All right, we didn't
um,
just play telephone, people.
Yeah, it was telephone, boys and girls. It was telephone. Yes,
It
it
was
was boring and
telephone.
mundane. It was telephone.
Mhm. Yeah.
Kirsten says exactly, perception is always a factor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
Mhm. not everybody remembers it the same way. And crazy enough, sometimes maybe detectives don't remember things the same way either.
I mean, really, like,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
even boils down to, did you have your glasses on at that time? Like literally today, when I was on the stand in court, and the defense attorney was like, "Okay, well, if I approach and I show you the document, can that refresh your recollection?" So when I put my glasses on, oh yeah, okay,
Mhm.
now I see, right? Now I understand. But without those glasses, I was just up there saying any kind of shit and any kind of stuff. And that's when she was like, Miss Edwards, let me show you this to refresh your recollection. But it's all of those things
Yeah,
that play into it, especially if it's a traumatic event.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was the news I was talking about. Oh, y'all want some real-time excitement?
Sure.
Something
Why?
better than a game of telephone?
Uh-huh.
Okay, girl, go ahead.
Go. Oh, how'd you get that? That's bigger news than
Up, Tanisha Slater, where is ours?
that's bigger than
Check your
our
mail tomorrow, probably.
that's bigger news than our streaming channel.
Check your mail tomorrow.
Listen, everyone
They've been
watching,
mailed.
Put it back up, T. Put that back up into the camera. It looks so good.
that is
Wasn't it though?
so cool.
Isn't that nice?
Y'all, everyone watching, holler if you want to see us put some
What
of
do
those
you?
up for
If
grabs.
you if you are down with the swag, y'all, if you want this merch, oh my God.
That's perfect because if we all
Little
had
bean,
one,
your little bean mug.
next week.
Oh, but that's cute too. Oh, wait. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, got another idea.
It looks so
But
nice.
yes. Um,
Kirsten
but
wants
yeah,
one, Ian wants one.
there's some surprises. Yeah.
You're gonna have me crying.
I could not wait to show you guys.
And you kept that secret. So girl, you sat on
Y'all, do
that.
you understand how many times I wanted to be like in the chat to be like, God, but I couldn't. So, but your mugs are on their way.
I can't
Y'all,
wait.
this means so much to little old crying me.
And then we'll all three be like, pardon me, I'm a little parched. Let me
We
go.
can all
Because
wear
that
our shirts and our
Yep.
mugs. Hmm
I'll wear that shirt. At this point, my 15 minutes of murder t-shirt is almost dish rag material because I wear my baby all the
Listen, I
time.
love that shirt so much. And I'm just like, but I don't want it to become one of those things where I spill something on it. I lean on something because I will have to hurt somebody.
Well, it's black
Like if
and we
I
go
drop this mug and break it, you gonna hear me hollering.
okay, so
Just
we'll just re-up on the shirts and so that we can get you a wearable and what is it? Momentum. What is the word, y'all?
Memento.
memento.
Memento. Yes. Is I don't know if that's the right word, but we're gonna go with that word.
All right.
Yeah, memento.
So, other than our exciting news about our streaming channel, our new mug, our new line of 15 Minutes of Murder merch mugs, um, we have a new case that's out.
Yeah.
Mm.
We should probably talk about, no?
Yes, yes, we can talk about it a little bit.
A little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Yeah.
So
A little bit.
this past Sunday, we released episode 6 of season 1, and it is about a young Jewish boy in Long Beach,
Long Beach,
uh,
New York, New York.
Long Beach, New York, and he was in a high school which had a dormitory, which is called a yeshiva, and he was murdered in his dorm room. Um, by who and when and the details, no one knows to this day. And There's no well, no, there's no suspects. Um, he was brutally uh like just hit in the face multiple times
Hmm.
to where it what did it crush his spinal cord?
It severed
Um,
his spinal
it
cord.
severed his spinal cord. And he was sleeping in bed. It was sometime between, I guess, 1 and 6:30 in the morning or something like that.
On
Um, on
Halloween
Halloween
night,
night.
yeah.
So November 1st, but the night of Halloween, um, violently murdered in his dorm room. And now there's a lot of details, there's a lot of things that happened leading up to that murder, but you can go and watch the episode and catch up on all of the details and what happened. And we will be doing a deep dive this Sunday about uh, more details of the case and more in-depth theories and what our thoughts are. But this one is really disturbing, really disturbing, and it took place over the weekend. So investigations were a little troubling because they couldn't really interview anybody because it was during the Sabbath. So they
Hmm.
had to wait like over 24 to 48 hours before they could really speak to people and take statements. And so it was just really unfortunate and it really rocked this small town and rocked this really, tight-knit Jewish community um with something so devastating because where you want to believe like it was something outside, as Des always says, proximity plays a role. You'd hate to think it was someone from within in this type of situation.
And it sort of seems like maybe it was. Who knows?
Yeah, because
We
what would be the odds of the outsider, or was it just coincidence that this would have been done and the investigation would have taken place over the Sabbath?
Right. And then there were
Ooh,
like
wow, I didn't think of that.
there were certain things in his room, like a window being open where the body was placed that follow Jewish tradition.
Yeah.
So
There's some things
there was some
too
other
with
things
that
too.
that I kind of left out of the overview, but um, it was just pointing out like a window was left open, and his body, like he was sleeping in bed, and his body was positioned where he was half off of the bed and his feet were still on the bed, but he was on the floor. And so, it is customary in some Jewish traditions to open a window to allow the soul to escape, but it's also customary to not touch or move a body. So why would you do one thing and not the other? Why would you open a window but then move a body?
Right. And
So,
it was customary too to put the body, it's to put a body at the lowest point in a room too, I believe, which is why he
so
ended up.
were they interrupted?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm shutting up because y'all.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
one of the
you can't because you have, the information that the deep
mhm,
dives,
yeah.
which
Yeah, I'm gonna shut up.
why we
But
have the deep dive.
I will say this. The mommy auntie dares part of me with this story. This was a baby. He was
Yeah,
16 years old.
yeah. You know what? He
Mhm.
wasn't even 16 yet. He was 2 weeks shy of his 16th birthday. He was 15. He was 2 weeks out from his birthday. That crushes me. Seeing his face, his eyes, he had a light.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and he really did. And you look at that photo of him, there's not many photos. There's just, maybe two
Hmm.
that I could find, but seeing just I can't imagine his parents. I
Yeah.
can't.
There was
Yeah.
some comments tonight from viewers from uh
What they saying?
Kirsten said that what did she say? She said she was mad about this case she's looking for clarification on hair that was found and wasn't
Mhm.
tested in the room.
Yeah,
So I'm assuming we'll probably talk about that on
we'll
Sunday.
definitely talk about that and get into that. That rages me. I have rage about that. Um,
She said something
I
about
rage about it a lot.
a card that was sent. I didn't read anything
Mhm.
about a card.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
That there
card
was a
that
card.
was
Okay.
sent. The card was sent addressed to Chaim, to his parents' house. And it said, do you know what happens to chickens? Something about, do you know what happens to chickens? I can't remember.
It was, do you know what happened to something about chickens who can't lay Easter eggs anymore or something? And it was a question mark, and the answer was they die.
And then Happy Easter.
And happy Easter. So,
What does that mean?
well, to me, and I know I said I'm gonna shut up, but I'm gonna
Oh,
throw this out there. That feels possibly hate crime-ish
mm,
because um I feel that that card makes light of Easter. And for what
mm,
I understand from Judaism, that would not be something that they would celebrate. So to them, maybe Easter will be like some made up goofy holiday, the same way a tooth fairy is kind of made up and imaginary.
Hmm.
mm,
So it would be like, you know,
yeah.
ha, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of
Yeah, yeah.
like a
It's that
play.
Easter dual meaning. It's
Yeah.
like Christmas is dual,
Mm-hmm.
you have the
Yeah.
resurrection. I mean,
Because
you have Jesus'
why?
birth and then
Because
you have
it was,
Santa.
yeah, and I kind of feel like it would kind of like if you were to take, a Muslim person and send them something about like, what's a Muslim person's favorite pizza topping? Pepperoni. Like that's rude and offensive
Yeah.
and all of those things. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. But we will definitely pick apart this case and I mean, not to say, I mean, all of them just stick with you in such a way. And, this is just the next one that we were telling. And I think it's important that we cover, that we cover multiple different types of groups. This happens,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't just pinpoint evil in one community or one generation or one town, it's stretches far and wide.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it does. And I know in my work, I see that so often, and it is like, because again, I always say like being a criminal defense investigator has really taught me that the villain isn't who we think that it is. And society, media has conditioned us that this group of people are the bad doers
Mhm.
and this group of people are victims. And when you get into this work, um, I have clients who have stretched across the spectrum of gender and race and ethnicity and wealth and poverty. No one is safe
Yeah,
from the madness um, of other human beings, and that is horrible.
yeah, yeah. And
It's
like I
just,
Because
said,
it's,
where does any of us go? Where do we retreat? You can't even say, well, I will up and move my children to the suburbs. I will
mhm,
up and move my children to where now they're in private schools and not in these dumpy public schools. Like there
yeah.
is literally no escape.
Look what happened to Hyam, where he should
Yeah.
have felt the safest of all, where your
Yep.
parents and you're in high school, this wasn't college. This was a 15-year-old boy, it
Hmm.
wasn't like you had that situational awareness to protect yourself or lock your door or look out for yourself or keep your window closed or
Hmm.
'cause there were it was November, so it's cold out, and he had a cold or he was battling a cold or something like that, so typically he wouldn't have had the window open, but maybe he did.
Maybe he would
um
have.
because maybe he got stuffy, maybe he couldn't breathe, you
Or
don't know.
Or just maybe he was in his dorm room and could do whatever the heck he wants to
Yeah.
do in his dorm room.
Mhm.
It
That's
may just,
another crazy thing is that he was in a dorm, so there were other people in that building too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
even
But
if it was a matter of them being on holiday or Sabbath where some other students may have gone home, it still would have been other people in
yeah,
that building, in that dormitory with him. So we're gonna dig into
yeah.
Chaim and
It's really
talk about
hard
this.
the Wednesday
Yeah.
night live after a case drop because you want to say so much.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know, so I
But
want
that takes me back to what we were saying about our live channel. Is one moment I'm watching it and I am like, "Ooh, Tara, that was my favorite episode." And then Dorothy Scott comes on and I'm like, "Ooh, we killed it with Dorothy." And then Swootling comes on and I'm like, "Ooh, child, we mm." And so I think that this will also go into that discussion of, wow, the 15 minutes of murder really did some good stuff there.
yeah, it's and this one was hard because of some things, I may not have gotten right in the overview, just visually, but it was a little bit of a challenge to make sure that like, you know, correctly getting the Sabbath right,
Mm-hmm.
while you're reading, you don't want to mix up the Torah with other things and rules and things. I wanted to try and be as true as I could be for, not knowing too
Mm-hmm.
much about the faith. But I tried to do it justice.
Yeah.
Um,
And we talk about that too amongst the three of us when I tell y'all, like, nothing in the investigation stuff is going to be 1000% on point. And even for me, like I said, when I am going into communities that I know nothing about, whether it is Hispanic people, Hispanic speaking people, and I don't know any Spanish, I may try to take someone with me,
mhm.
right? And right now, once we begin to grow, we will be able to have someone who can sit with us while we are in production to educate us and guide us into more familiarity with the stories that we are discussing, because no one gets it right. These police officers and these investigators,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
people don't know what they're doing.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I
You
mean,
just
at the start, no one knows what they're doing until they start digging away and
absolutely,
asking questions. And
absolutely.
we're asking the questions, 30 years, 40 years after
Mm-hmm.
the fact.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but sometimes, it doesn't hurt to revisit something because you, you, Hyam still deserves answers. His family still deserves answers. Like, we don't know what happened to this baby.
Mm-mm.
There
No.
and there are cases 30 years later that get solved sometimes.
Mhm, mhm.
Right.
We did
Because,
reopen this, but like I said, we'll get into it.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, we'll get into it. But fun trivia fact.
Yes.
What is it?
Um, at one point I could not for the life of me find an open window.
What?
So I had to go into my attic and film one because
Oh, is that where that came from?
it was random. It was random.
Did you that so that's a
It's my
Tanisha
attic window.
exclusive?
Oh, it's our original content, our
Yeah,
first
it's
original
original. I
content.
was just
So
like,
so
where am I gonna get a window? I need
so
an
can
open
we
window.
like copyright that and then use the proceeds to buy more 15 minutes of murder mugs and t-shirts?
I don't know.
Sell that sell it.
But yeah, I was like, and I'm like, it has nothing to do with anything. It looks so out of place, but you know what? The story must be told.
I'm gonna have to go back.
Like not knowing what you just said, I would have never known. I was just like, oh, open window. That tells part of the
Yeah,
story.
I had to make
I
it
think
so dark that you couldn't tell it was attic too much for
No, I
television.
think knowing it just gives more credibility to us that we are going to get it done, how we get it done. and if that is us throwing ourselves in front of the camera, we're going to get it done.
The same thing happened with the Tara Calico case because I couldn't find a bike. Couldn't find a pink bike, and Craig's like, I'm gonna go film my bike. I'm just like, I just need it laying in the street. And
Craig, your bike
but
was
then
in that app that
no, but then I wound up finding a bike, and but I couldn't find a pink bike.
We turned it
I
pink,
had to
right?
figure out how to turn the bike pink because it was orange.
Yeah.
So
Craig has everything that I want. He has a bike. He has this vegan diet. He eats tofu that he still ain't sent me a tofu
no, I
recipe.
got some stuff to send both of you, some vegan dishes that, oh my God. And I found the fake vegan ribs. I'm gonna
Okay.
send it to you.
Oh, like in the store you found them?
No. This
A
guy
recipe.
gave them a recipe,
Okay.
bone and all,
There are
like
some
bone.
really good
And
ones you can get in the store too.
Well,
yeah, these
we're gonna have to
definitely
see about that. And because I
make
just want to be like y'all.
I make them. My bike got stolen, y'all.
Here
Right
she
out
go
back.
with
I
this
think we talked
bike.
about this before.
Yes, here we go with this bike and her zero accountability.
Somebody stole my bike, and it was not my fault.
I hope your bestie is in the comments and
Yeah,
about
she gonna run her
to
mouth. She
light
gonna be
you
like,
up
I'm
again
gonna
about
put it
this
in the
bike.
head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting on a reply from her.
You keep looking down because you know she covered Craig.
She coming. She
Mm-hmm.
gonna
She
come for me.
coming.
Well, we got lots coming up coming. Speaking of things
Yeah.
coming, we got
So
lots
is
of coming
everything up, Craig?
for, huh?
Is everything up on the live channel? Like all of the
So
overview?
everything is there, including Heim,
Okay.
the newest overview. I haven't finished. I still got like three more episodes of Ask a PI that I need to add into there. And then I think everything's up other than Wednesday Night Lives, which I don't think would
Those
be,
are treats. You
yeah,
can't
those
go on
wouldn't be good
here
on the
and
channel.
Wednesday Night Lives by being here.
And then
So how
I'll start building in like um more information. So if you tune in the middle of a case, you don't know what case it is, there'll be some lower thirds in there. I'm still working through the behind the scenes of how to make all that stuff happen. So
how much viewing time is there? So if I started at 12 noon, what time will we finish up with just that without going into repeat?
everything
Oh,
it'd be 9:30 at night before you finished everything.
So we got 9.5 hours of programming.
Yep, and then once those Ask a PIs go up, we'll have around 12 hours. After Sunday, after our deep dive on Sunday, we'll have more than 12 hours of programming.
So for the viewers who are not as bright, who kind of like me, right? We need to think these things out. So what that means is that if you tune in to the 15 Minutes of Murder live streaming, that you will be able to watch us for 12 hours straight in a few days by the time this weekend comes
Hmm.
of with no reruns, just without seeing the same thing twice for 12 hours.
Correct. Correct. And the point sort of having a live stream like that, because you can click through our videos and watch them individually still. But if you're somebody like me who wants something to watch while I'm like cleaning the room or like, I don't know, doing the dishes, whatever the case may
Mhm.
be, or if you want to just sit down and binge all of the episodes at once, it's sort of the easiest way to do that. And I'm not sure because I haven't watched several hours straight, but I don't think any commercials come up right now either.
no, just in the Suitland murders.
Right, but that's our own commercial
Yeah,
though, correct?
yeah, yeah.
So at some point though, we will, and here's a call for everyone watching to please subscribe. But at some point we'll be able to add commercials into that. So we actually can fund ourselves.
Yeah.
So we can actually make a
So
little bit of
watch
money.
while the getting's good, commercial free, uninterrupted.
Yeah, for
15
now.
minutes of murder. And also, if you're not familiar with how it runs, you'll get a quick 5 to 10 minute overview of a case, which will outline the basics and the facts of the case, no more, no less. And then following that overview is the deep dive when we go in and literally dissect the case, give you more information that was either misinformation or things that weren't handled properly with the family, maybe what the family is doing current day, what they're maybe doing to still help facilitate, finding answers for their loved ones, our thoughts, our opinions. Maybe we've added in a few of your opinions or questions from the Wednesday Night Live that come in, or any questions that may come in on the overview. If you have anything that you want to ask or add, just watch the overview and just drop your comments in our comment section, or your questions, and we'll be happy to discuss them as well during the deep dive.
Yeah, and I'm looking at our channel, and our channel is really robust. Like we have lots of content here.
Hmm.
Like we've been working, y'all.
Yeah, it's been a busy 3 months.
Yeah, we've been working.
Yeah,
Look at us.
yeah, it's good. It's good vibes. It's going. It's organic, and again, like the one thing that I love so much. There's two things that I love about us. One is that we give each other space to breathe and be. And
Hmm.
don't just step. No, wait. I want to say this. I want to say that. Wait. No, you're wrong. No, no, no. Like I like that, but I also don't like that. Like there's a lot of, I love politics, so there's a lot of times people have a lot of different opinions, and I'll be watching my favorite show, and everybody's just going at it, and I'm like, be quiet. Like give each other space to breathe, talk, fight your point. Get out what you have to say. Like when all of you are just clashing like that, I can't stand it. I love that we take that space to
Yes.
have our own
Hmm.
opinions and thoughts,
Hmm.
interject properly.
Hmm.
And the other thing is that we do have varying opinions. And I love that we each respect that. And it's good stuff. I
It's
love
Yeah.
a
these people,
it's
y'all.
a it's a
I was no,
vibe.
seriously. And I don't want to be cliche and like bore our viewers, but no, really, I think that that is a testament of how we just genuinely feel about one another. Like I really love this dude. Like Craig is really my guy. So of course I want to listen to him. And of course I want to make sure that he gets to say what he has to say uninterrupted because I like him. Like that is my friend.
Yeah,
So and that comes across.
yeah. And when I
Hmm.
tell you, like, we're constantly cheering each other on with all we've all got such busy lives outside of this
Mhm.
15 minutes of murder. And so when I tell you, like, this is truly a passion for each of us, like, Des is out there saving the world, helping people. Do you hear me? Like, Craig's got a business, like he's got crafted. He's out there running, making moves, target, making moves. Okay. You hear me?
Thank
Like,
you,
I'm
T.
on the other side, like I'm a caretaker. I've got other passion projects that I'm working on. We
Mhm.
all have so much stuff going on, but this right here, we take the time to tune in, check in, be present in each other's lives, and like
Mhm.
where this doesn't feel like, oh, we gotta hurry up and do that live, like hurry up and do this, hurry up and do that. Like it's just such an overwhelming, I can't really put words to it.
Yeah,
Something we look forward to.
It just
yeah,
works.
yeah, and all I can all the only way that I can continue to explain it is that it feels like home. Like
Mm,
at the end of the day, when I am doing all the things that Tanisha says, I'm done being equalizer, I can come home and pop my shoes off and all of those things And that is what 15 minutes of murder feels like. It feels like that coming home after the end of a day and relaxing. That feel is what 15 minutes of murder feels to me.
You know, it's funny
Hmm.
'cause my mom's always like, she watches it. She wants to hear every word. She wants to see every episode twice. She doesn't like the overviews.
Yeah, you said that.
She doesn't like the overviews. Okay. But I'm like, Mom, like, this is like a passion project for me. Like, we all have something invested in this. And there's nothing more like, me and Craig, all three of us have worked in TV. Okay. And I think there's just something to be said about honoring someone who can no longer have a voice and giving the respect where the respect is due because you can't give them their flowers. They're not here. And there's just something about just still keeping keeping alive not just what happened tragically to them, but somehow telling their story of who they were and who they were when they were still here. Like there's just a beauty in it. Um, because those memories are all the family has is what happened before that tragedy.
Hmm.
Mhm, mhm. It's like I tell my clients all the time, sit back, relax. I can't tell you not to stress and worry about this, but at this point right now, you have people. Let me do the heavy lifting going forward. And that is pretty much what we do for our families of in our victims as we're telling their stories. We don't know who you are. We have
Mhm.
never met you. I don't know if we ever will meet you. But what we have done is picked up your issue, picked up your thoughts, your concerns, picked up even some of your grief and have done our part to spread that awareness, so that the families and their loved ones, they don't remain so much unheard.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and we do it in a way that is caring and personal, not
Mhm.
in a way where it's just, oh, okay, I like true crime. Let me just tell y'all some facts. Like, no, it's told from a place of good intention that ain't got nothing to really do with some likes and some stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like we really have an intention to make a difference.
And the thing is that it's not just right now it is. Right now it's storytelling. Right now it's
Mhm.
this is who they were. This is what happened to them. This is where it's been left off. But we have such bigger we have a lot bigger
Mhm.
plans and just we want this platform to be much more than storytelling.
Right.
And that's where we're slowly going with this. We want to be able to be a door where
Mhm.
families can come on,
Mhm.
cherish and reminisce and tell us things that weren't publicly known about their loved one, and share things and also get that awareness out. Like a case is not solved until it's solved. There's no rest. There's no
Well,
rest for a family member. There's only adjustments.
yeah, and
Literally.
in the world of criminal justice, even if there is an arrest, um, especially when we're talking about deceased victims, it's never the end of that. It is
No,
never the end of that.
no.
So, so let's even say Suitland, where this gentleman, he pled guilty to this one person, right? And someone may chalk that up as, well, they got him on that, so we can drop that investigation onto that. But who knows? Again, murder stays murder. So even though he has been technically convicted in this matter, that does not mean that that is the end for him or whomever else may be deemed a suspect in that stuff. So it never really ends.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
the plans tonight, people.
That's it.
yep, I think so. Unless y'all got something else you want to talk about.
Mm-mm. Other
Live
than I know if
streams.
my mug don't get here, see,
Yeah. I'm about
if
to
my
go
mug
look and
ain't
see if
here
it showed up
tomorrow,
today.
Yeah, I'm hoping they throw it on your front steps, Craig. I
Listen,
don't have a
if
man.
my mug isn't here
That's true.
tomorrow, Dutch and I are in the car heading to New Jersey.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to get them. I cannot wait for the texts to come scrolling through.
Hmm.
Cannot wait.
Can't wait either. Can't wait.
I'm ready for a new mug.
Yes. Look at her.
All right, y'all. Well, it's good to see everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Okay.
Like,
everyone
subscribe, do all the
watching,
things.
yep, do all the things, please. And we'll catch you Sunday for our deep dive, and we'll catch you again next Wednesday, as always,
Yes,
Yes.
for
yes.
another live.
Yep. Thanks for checking in. Have a great week. And we will see you Sunday and watch our live channel. Thank you. Like and subscribe.
And get some snacks and watch it because it's that good. It is
Hmm.
that good. Yeah. Binge worthy, absolutely.
Mhm.